Hello everyone. So today we will be doing our 3D geometry. We are going to be plotting a 3D equation in GNU Plot. So this is how we are gonna start. So the thing is, we will just write our main objective 3D equation plotting in C++, and that we will be plotting in our GNU Plot. So we already have the GNU installed. So yeah. So let's see again if we can do this thing. Okay, 3D equation in 3D equation plot via GNU plot. Okay, so the equation which we will be doing is z is equal to x square plus y square. So this is the thing which we are going to be plotting, and another thing is, so let's get started. So first we will do the calculation part. So we will plot the coordinates part. So we will write hashtag include IOSTREM. Again we will be mentioning the header file. So we will be using some math functions. So we will also add C math. I hope this will work, and then now we will describe our equation part. So since we will be having decimals thing and all, so we can go up to 3 decimals. So this time we will not be using integer. So this we will write as double x comma y comma z. So now we have described it, the variable which we will be using, and then again we will use the for loop. So for x is equal to, we will be doing is I am taking the range for x and y as x range to be -5 to 5, and another one y from -5 to 5. It's your choice, and the duration which I will be taking is time step. Time step will be 1 second. We are just you can take 0.2 something, it's up to you. So x is equal to 0, x is less than equal to 5. Basically we have to go here as -5 basically, because that's the starting point we want, and the increment x plus plus. So now it is done. Okay, for loop, but as we can see that we have y square also mentioned. So what we will do, again we will do the one more for loop inside the for loop. So for, similarly we will be writing y is equal to -5, y is less than equal to 5, and y plus plus. So this is how we are gonna go, and then enter. Again we are going to create a for loop inside, but not for loop basically, but this will be the where we will be writing our equation. So z is equal to, so here we will use one mathematical function, power x square. So we cannot write basically x square plus y square. We cannot write this equation basically because it's already used as some part of other operator. So what we can do is, since we have to mention our equation, so we will be using power. What is that? We are going to be using x. Okay, power how much we want, square. Okay, so similarly we will go with power y comma 2, but it will be representing y square. So now this is done, and now we have to print those results. Cout. Okay, cout, just mention x space and then x we will be mentioning, and similarly we will be mentioning y, and then again we will be mentioning z. So yeah, z is done. Now handle, so that we will not be getting it in same line. We will have result responses in different lines. So now we will write over here. So now let's just run our code. G++ rd5 .cpp. Now enter. Okay, so we forgot to save. Control S. Okay. Clear G++ rd5.cpp. Now we have saved. So now it will read a tab. Okay, so now we have got all those coordinates here. You can see X, Y, and Z. So these are the ones which we are going to be plotting. So let's plot. So you already have GNU Plot open. So type here GNU Plot. You got the GNU Plot. Cool. Right. So the thing is, first you have to mention where you have saved this thing. So what we will be doing is CD. So I will just write it here. So whatever the file place I have shared. So this is the place where I have saved, right? So this I will do Control C, and then I will paste it here in this thing, but you have to change the slash symbol. This it will not recognize. Okay. So now it has read, so it already knows, but we actually forgot to put the header function for our this guy GNU Plot. So it will be include as stream. Okay, so here we have to also mention upstream file. Just name it as EQ equation dat. Okay, so it will help us to be saved in the dat file and then semicolon. So now we have done, and again we have to save it here also. Cout file, just copy this thing. So basically what it will do is, at the file part it will basically save all those XYZ coordinates, so that it will become easy for this guy to print the plot equation.dat. So it will be saving up in here. So this is all is written. So now one thing we have to mention, that file and L we have to mention. Okay, so here we will mention file and L, and then again here file dot close this thing and cout slash and data saved. So this we have done. Okay, cool. So this is what we have written, and let's just check if we have forgotten anything. Not looks like it. Okay, I will just put one space here so that it becomes easy for me to see as well. Control S. Main equation, I will just comment it right in the comments, so it becomes easy for me to see where our equation is placed. Okay, so now we are good to go. So here we have this thing now. So let's go back to the place where we have saved our file. So we'll go this here, Control C, and just for my reference I will note down in my comment here. I will note down this address. So what you have to do is you have to change this slash, change this in the other direction, so that what happens is that when you write it in the GNU plot, it will be able to read that okay, this is the place where we have read this equation file. Okay, so this is the main thing. So now we have GNU plot. So now go to the GNU plot. So now we are there, and what we can do is copy paste, Control C, then Control V. Okay, now this is reading. So now we will write as plot equation, but wait, we have to change something. So what we are going to do is we will delete this thing, because this will not be able to read those alphabets. So instead we will just keep those spaces. I will just keep a space here for my understanding, and so Control S. Now run this thing again. Let's run those file again, g++ rd5.cpp. Okay, so now we run this thing up. Again put it down, and then again go to the GNU plot. Now we can do this thing as the t, and then using 1:2:3 with lines. We can plot with lines, we can plot with points, it's up to you. So click on it, and yes, we got the graph. So now we can do is we can label XYZ also. So what I will do is I will just keep Control C, and I will be putting here comment section. Let's create a comment section here. Here you write all those codes. Okay, so this is one thing we have written. So let's do one thing. Let's directly, instead of this we will be plotting, let's plot three graphs: X versus Y, Y versus Z, and XYZ, those 3D graph along with those mentioned as the title and this XY label. Okay, so that we will try here. So what we will be doing is go in here. So now we have to plot the two different graphs in separate windows. So let's write set term ut0. Okay, so now set title. This thing is there, and then set text label, set, same thing again. So now we have done this thing. So now we write plot. Earlier we used s plot, but now we will be using plot. Okay, so plot equation dot dat using 1:2 points pt7. I'm using points right now, so you can use your own thing also. All the space is there, so this thing is there. So now we got one plot. So this, okay, so now minimize this thing up because we have only plotted one guy. So -5 to +5 is what we have done, right? So here X, Y, title X versus Y. So similarly we will going with the another one. So what we do is, let's first copy this guy. See, now I will just copy paste it here. So here we will be writing as set qt0. So this again we do the copy paste thing, Control C, and then Control V. So instead here we put 1. Instead 1:2, we change it as 2:3. And then X versus Y, we will write Y versus Z, and then equation dot dat. This is correct. This we will change it as Y, and this we will change it as Z. So now again I don't know if I have to use splot or not, but I think this will probably do the job. Set label here I will write as 3D equation is our title, and this we have to forward here we have to write as plot because we are plotting the 3D geometry. So we do the copy paste. So first, before we do the copy paste, we have to on GNU Plot. Okay, so now it is done. So now give this guy this address where we have to go. So we have to go here. This guy is here. Paste, enter. Okay, now copy this main things, the main commands. So this is how we will be getting our plots. So this is the X versus Y, Y versus Z. So we are yet to get the 3D. So press enter. Okay. So this is how it's gonna look. Beautiful, right? So now we can on the mouse we can see and scroll X, Y, Z, and then we can visualize the equation basically. So this is how we can visualize our 3D equation in different windows X, Y, Z by using those commands which I have mentioned in the GNU Plot. So this is how we are going to be doing. Okay, so if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. I just would like to say, please like, share and subscribe because it will help me motivate more. So thank you for watching. Thank you. Bye.